Welcome to Mischa. Today, mental health. So after my last two videos about my suicidal thoughts and the process for after it, I want to go today a bit more into depth about mental health, but especially about the mental health terms of having issues with it or problems. Because it's quite a common thing here in the West, at least, to describe mental health issues as a problem or something that might not be solved. But I honestly believe that that's exactly something that makes it a bit worse than it is. Because for me at the time, once I got to notice that I had some mental, or that I wasn't so stable mentally, and often the problem of the mental health issue or problem came up, and this made me by that time feel really like something that it might also not be something to solve. And on the other hand, I got the impression that I was striving for something that would go away, for example. And what I see is that with a lot of like mental health how should I say it, situations or things that might be not as described as normal, it's rather something that you need to learn living with, get the right tools or know how to deal with yourself, than that it is necessarily something that will be totally gone. So for example, my anxiety disorder, once in a while it just pops up, and how I deal with that could be different things. As mentioned before, for example, with my anxiety disorder, it's really important for me to keep structure, or as far as possible. So that means good eating, good sleeping, sporting, not drinking alcohol, for example, other things that I can do to make it happen less often. So that means, for example, if I would go out for a weekend and every night is going to be not long enough, so to say, so I don't sleep enough, then on Monday and Tuesday there's a bigger chance that I feel more anxious or that an anxiety attack might pop up. This is something normal, and that's why what I want to say, like even me going to therapy, I got a better understanding of what it is, of what it does, but I also know that it's something that I will that will stay with me. It will not go away. I can only influence it by taking care of myself. And what was also told to me is it might be that like once I get older that it gets easier as well. Also due to the fact that you start to see life in a different way. I already noticed that now, like I'm 31 now, and a lot of things that I found important 10 years ago are not important at all. And that of course makes me worry a lot less. So the question is, okay, if you have something irregular, is that something that is really solvable, or is that something for you to stay? And in both occasions, it's something that you gotta deal with anyways. So what I would say, like, if you do acknowledge the fact that there is something going on with you mentally, go look for help. Don't make it harder than it is. What I noticed for myself as well, up until the moment that I went to therapy, I always felt a bit misunderstood or an outsider, because I was not acting as I thought what would be normal, or what I was seeing going on around me. And this made me also feel worse about myself. And it made it harder for me to seek for help, especially the feeling of like, okay, this is happening to me and to no one else. Yeah, that's also one of the things. You're not special in a way if you have yeah this balance in your mental health, or that there's something going on. You're not the only one, so what I would say, don't hold yourself back in that. I did that for quite a while. I'm happy that I don't do that anymore. I also don't see myself as special, but by that time I did, and it's got me into not going to seek for help. And again, for seeking for help is also the start moment of changing something. I would definitely say, like, going into therapy without having the true need to change something about yourself, like, it's useless. You need to stand open for it, and it's also not something that once you go to the therapist, that they will give you the answer of what is actually going on. The work has to come from you, and they are there to help you, not to solve it for you. That is again something that I find the understanding needs to be there. Going to a therapist is really great, but you need to have the right mindset. Be open for things you are scared of. Also there, a lot of the things that we have going on, those are the things that we don't necessarily talk about, not that much, and that might come in with pain. If you talk about traumatic experiences, for example, there is pain involved in that. What I really notice the most, if you talk about topics that are painful for you, or even for me, things that are really painful are also things that create character and depth in a person, as long as you recover yourself in a way from it. All of bad things that happen to you throughout your life are not necessarily bad things in the sense of, okay, this should not have happened. Of course, there are certain things that should definitely not happen, but there are also some very normal things that can be hurtful. The passing away of my dad was painful, but on the other hand, I would say that moment also taught me a lot, and it created empathy from me for other people, but also understanding that pain is there to learn from, how corny that may sound, but as long as you allow that mindset to go, the way to process everything is painful, but on the other hand, it will give you layers in your character. That might sound a bit philosophical, but I hope that's something that you will see for yourself. It might be that a very painful situation makes you deal with other things in the future a little bit different, to not either get you in that situation anymore, or to make you more able to deal with those things. That's what I would say. Don't be afraid for painful situations. Don't also be scared to mention those things. At the end of the day, mental health is not necessarily a problem. It's something that with the mindset of creating a surrounding for yourself and an environment for yourself where you are able to deal with yourself, with also your mental health state, and understanding how you can do that, and that can already make it way better. If you feel pain, if you feel sad, ask yourself where that comes from, and also don't be scared to acknowledge that you are in pain, or that you had very shitty moments. These are, for me, the tools to get a better understanding of yourself, and to deal with your mental health. I hoped I can give a better understanding of how I dealt with it by the time, and also how I see it now. yeah, for me those tools and finding peace with my painful moments helped me a lot. And the last thing that I would definitely say is, yeah, if you notice that there is something going on with you, don't be afraid to go look for help. Don't especially be ashamed for it, because this will only help you further. So yeah, my 30th video about mental health is not a problem. Hope you liked the video. Subscribe to the channel if you liked it. Of course, leave a like to the video, which will help me a lot. And then I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.